Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sim Racing Media Network. We are live here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. My name is Angel Santiago. I am joined today by my broadcasting partner, Alan Burke. Oh my goodness, Alan.
What's up, buddy?
I was gonna screw it up anyway, so I might as well just jump out of it. I appreciate everybody holding on tight for us while we sorted out our technical difficulties. We're gonna kind of just skip along real quick through a lot of this because these drivers are ready to go green flag racing, and we want to at least get through this top 10 here announced.
All right. Well, Angel, I'll let you catch your breath. I'll go ahead and get the starting order going for you. So on the pole, we got Jimmy, Pylan Rowdy, Jeffrey Ledford on the outside pole. Starting third position tonight will be Steven Shue. James Wagner will start on his outside. Starting in row number 3, Daniel Love. And on his outside in P6 will be Christopher Barker. Rick Baldwin on the outside or on the inside of row number 4. And to his outside, Andrew Smith, starting 8th. Starting 9th in row number 5 is Chad Hawkins. Starting to his outside, Jeff Scott in the number 10 truck. Starting in row number 6 is Johnny Hurst, and to his outside is Mickey Davino.
All right. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. We are ready to go green flag racing. Barney the flagman's up there, got the green, ready to go. 75 laps here at this beautiful, brand new racetrack, as you can say. They are green flag racing here, down here into turn number 1.
Turn number 1, Jimmy Rowdy is in that number 29 Chevrolet, Bush-sponsored Chevrolet, and he's going to lead these guys out of turn 2, and he's got Jeffrey Ledford in that 0-1 car to his outside.
Yeah, he's going to have some drafting help from James Wagner. Jeffrey Ledford will allow those two to go 1-2. Jimmy Rowdy, funny that he's starting there in the front row. Before this race started, you know what he told me? I hate this track. I hate drafting tracks. And there he was on the front row. And he actually won this race at Atlanta last season, claiming it was a fluke. But you know what? He's up here running up, and you know what? I think there's no better way to run a track that you really don't like than up front.
Oh, for sure. You got to be up front. But look, we got 75 laps, 16 trucks signed into the pit area. And right now, Jeffrey Ledford's going to lead them down into turn number 3. And I would assume also, Angel, in this league, as in all the other leagues, that the out-of-bounds rule is in play.
Yes, that is correct. They are going to keep themselves out of or above that double white line. No passing below that. So we do have, of course, our race control penguin, or Paul. He'll be in at one point if we do have a caution to let us know what that caution is. And, of course, if anybody's got any penalties going below a double white line. But for now, we're going to stay focused on what is, of course, going to stay the big pack, and that's what you got to do. You know, you cannot lose this draft, Alan. Losing this draft will, it just take you out of a chance to win the race whatsoever.
Yeah, you don't want to lose this draft, not at all. But look, here's the thing, too, Angel, is you gotta get a partner, and we're gonna use the word cooperation all night long, as we are watching Jimmy Rowdy work off the back of Jeffrey Ledford coming down to start lap number 5, rather.
You see Daniel Love right down to the inside. I think he said, "No, what? I am good. I come in here with a points lead. I would like to keep it, and I don't think it's going to happen if I'm running up front the way these guys are." And you do get one faster pair in this race. However, for Daniel, I think he may have been a little bit too conservative. You got to be worried about losing the draft as far back as he is. There's a good chance he could lose the draft, and that would really, really hurt him then.
Yeah, you don't want to lose the draft here, but it appears that even if you catch a little bit of the draft, you can still kind of hang out there and be just a little bit further back to avoid all the mishaps, if you will.
Well, while Daniel Love tries to figure it out, we're going to jump back up to the front of the field. You see them bobbing and weaving, some having to let up and adjust for other ones having issues. The 84 had to check up, and those behind him as well. But man, side by side, 4 rows deep right here at the front of the pack, completing already lap 6. This is going to be a quick race, and that's what some of these drivers as well mentioned before the start, how it's going to be a quick one, and a lot of these, they're going to feel that intensity from very early on, and I think it's already showing. We've got good side-by-side action throughout almost the entire field.
Yeah, so this right here is a sprint. 75 laps at a 1.5 mile super speedway is kind of like it's kind of like 50 laps at the short track, I would say.
And this is already a league that, talking with some of the admins before the race, saying, we already don't have a lot of cautions in this league, so we're hoping it's not too boring, but it is great racing when you get to see these drivers have to make these long green flag runs, adjusting, because it's not like the truck is going to be the same throughout the entire run. You're going to have to adjust your entry, adjust your braking, adjust how much throttle you're giving it off the corner. Atlanta right now, while it is a super speedway field and you're full throttle for a lot of it, these tires will still get worn. That's one thing I love about the trucks, is that almost anywhere you're still going to have some tire wear that you have to deal with, and some of the dirty air, you're going to see some of these guys lifting every once in a while.
Oh, they're going to have to lift, especially if you're behind one of these trucks inside that line. And you see these guys are bobbing and weaving. That's dirty air that they're experiencing right now.
And I love that dirty air because I don't love it as a driver, but I love it as a broadcaster because it allows them to do exactly what you mentioned, that bobbing and weaving. And, it's a lot in the cars as well, or inside these trucks. We're going to jump on board. Let's go ahead and jump on board with the 30 of James Wagoner. And yes, it's very far back, the field of view, because I sit on the right on top of the. Eventually, I'll switch over. Try it again. There you go. I sit right on the dashboard, so I have to exaggerate how far back I go, but still gives you a good view of around the truck as well. And we're seeing way more than what the actual driver is getting to see, and even then, look at how limited that view is.
You know what, Angel? I'm the same way when I'm driving, except I don't use the steering wheel. Do you have the steering wheel animation up?
No, I don't think you can see it anyways. I am on top of the dashboard. I have to have the iRacing dash box up because I can't see my dash.
Yeah, so I turned off the steering wheel, and it actually helped me out.
Really?
Because I'm not looking at the steering wheel, and I'm actually reacting as I see things.
Well, looking at the steering wheel right now for James Wagoner, it looks like it's, handling pretty well for the moment. Let's see, still only 11 laps in, but you can already hear him lifting there as they go into the turn.
Yeah, he's just rolling right out of the throttle, not to bump the 84 truck ahead of him. Just to make sure he doesn't get a bump going into the corner.
Yep, right there, they completed lap number 12. We're talking as well, probably the fuel mileage for these trucks looking around 30 something laps for tonight, depending, of course, if you are that lead truck, as this 29 has been for a good portion, as well as the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford, where those drivers are typically gonna be full throttle for the entire way around. So looking about lap 30 or so, because they're at 75% fuel, and they had it was 18.7 gallon tanks when they were running about 50 something laps. And the 19 a little bit loose off the corner. Contact with Jeffrey Ledford, and what a save for Ledford. Unbelievable. Wow.
That's the talent in this field.
Yes, unbelievable. That was I thought for sure he was wrecked, or I thought for sure he wasn't going to be on the lead pack still.
Yeah, that just shows you the talent level. Jeffrey Ledford just drove that thing. He got it loose, pretty much drove it down by the wall, and then came right back up as if nothing happened.
We're going to go back to that briefly and just check it out, see what happened. Where we can go past this a little bit. I think it put us a little further back maybe than I wanted. So what's gonna happen is, coming off of turn 2, Baldwin's gonna just get loose, and comes down and gets into that 0-1, and it sends Jeffrey all the way to the bottom. Does a great job of saving it, and does an even better job, honestly, of merging in. And, you know, he had some help there from that 79 of Matt Worrell to allow him to get, you know, to still keep the draft. So maybe a little bit of a shout out to Matt for helping him out and not just leaving him out to hang either.
Well, I mean, he's got some really good friends there with Matt there in that 79 truck. But as we're back up to the front, we're watching Rick Baldwin there and that number 19 truck on the outside. It looks like he's making it work there.
Yeah, he's making it work good, you know, work really well on the outside. And I've always been a fan of the outside at any type of plate racing tracks. You know, I'm the aggressive type. I want to, you know, put it in my hands to get on the outside and push someone as hard as I can. You know, I feel comfortable pushing in the middle of the corners. And that's something that, to have a very successful outside, you have to have that second and third place truck, you know, feel comfortable pushing in the middle of the corner if they really need to.
Oh, for sure. For sure. So, I don't like to be the lead truck. I don't like to be the pushy. I like to be like you, the pusher, especially in drafting. But I'm not that aggressive. Oh, we got trouble. Jeffrey Ledford bouncing off 2 trucks.
They're gonna save it.
One truck in the wall.
That's Ty Trafford. Oh, he's going to have contact with Matt Worrell on the 79. They both do a great job of keeping it together. Ooh. Unbelievable. I think nobody wants to wreck tonight. I mean, they are trying every which way not to wreck. That was amazing.
Any other racetrack, those trucks would have been around.
Yeah, I think it, you know, shows the grip as well in the racetrack for these trucks to be able to keep it, you know, straight and turned. Some of those guys are going to have to lose a draft, but man, you're not going to have to lose your fast repair in the process. So I think they'll be grateful. And, you know, coming across the line to complete lap 19, now in a lap 20. So 56 to go. Still a long way to go in this race for, you know, any driver that may have just had an issue.
I mean, I would rather lose the draft than a fast repair.
Yeah, I want that fast repair in my back pocket. You know, those final 5 laps. I want, go big, go home. Come home with the steering wheel. Don't come home at all, right? You know, you gotta go out there winning. Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, but I want 2 attempts at it. You know, in case I make a boneheaded move. So, give me two attempts with that fast repair in my back pocket. And there it goes. Rick Baldwin with a great run off of 4. We're gonna get to the right rear. Oh no, contact! And then we got the big one here in Atlanta going into turn 1.
Tough break, and that's gonna be on caution number 1.
Wow, that was that was great to see right there. And it just, all right, let's go back to see that. All right, so our first yellow of the evening comes here on lap 21. As they were completing lap 21. So the 19, you see Rick Baldwin gets to the outside. Let's do a different. There we go. So he gets to the outside here of the 29. It looks like he definitely wants to go side draft. He's got the space. I think he just gets loose. Or does he have contact from behind?
I think he gets contact from behind.
From James Wagoner, that would be. Oh, my goodness. What a chain reaction right there. Let's go ahead and get to...
Let's see here. Wagoner, Welding, number 30.
Oh, no. The 19 was loose.
Well, I think James helped him out there. Can we go on board with James there?
Let's go ahead and get on board from far away.
There we go.
Oh, right yeah, that was the help. The 19 was loose, but yeah, the help was the 30, you know, but the 30, you know, the 19 was loose, so he had to let off, and, you know, they're just right on top of each other, and, you know, nothing really much, you know, that you can do from there, and the 30, the 29, the 19, the 46, the 4, those are some of your biggest hitters. I mean, that's James Wagoner, Jimmy Rowdy, Andrew Smith, he's in a 4 instead of being the 14. Rick Baldwin we saw in Rick Baldwin didn't get a ton of damage, I guess, because he stayed out.
Yeah, I mean, he might be on the okay. I can use that fast repair later on, at the end of the race for it count.
Him and Tim Richardson both are not gonna pit here on this early or late late early caution, lap 23 now. Tim Richardson as well. He's in a Ford today. He said last week it wouldn't go. He just felt like he was full throttle. He couldn't go, so he switched over to a different one. I said, man, you made the right choice from Chevy to a Ford. So,
oh man.
I know Tim. I know Tim didn't want to say that either, but I had to have just a little bit of fun with him. So from here, top 2 did not pit. The rest of the field pit. Only your top 9, however, are on the lead lap. 10th on back are involved in that wreck where they needed to get some extra repairs on pit lane, and where they just took them a little while to get back around. And here goes Rick Baldwin will pit this time around, so that'll leave just Tim Richardson out there.
Yeah, I can see. So look, we're almost a third of the way done with the race, and you kind of want to have that fast repair. I probably would have stayed out also, but I mean, Rick Baldwin might be like, you know what, I'll go ahead and take it as we get doubled up behind the iRacing.com pace truck.
Yeah, get some fuel packed in there. See what get it topped off. We'll have to see how long Tim Richardson will be able to go before he has to pit under green. Doesn't register that he's hit pit lane, so we'll have to see. He could have possibly, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we got something wrong here on our scoring. We're having some issues before the race. So again, everyone, thank you for waiting out for us. Luckily, we were able to get right in, just a little bit behind.
We've had those Murphy Laws nights before where if it could go wrong, it would go wrong.
Yeah, well, we're hoping for no more. Let's let that be the worst of it. And then thank you, of course, always to everybody joining us in chat. We got our usuals here with Duke, Audie, and Delana there. So everybody rooting on, excuse me, their usual drivers. So let's go green here.
All right. Tim Richardson through the Geico restart zone, and he is down and away, taking that number 2 Ford F-150 to turn number 1, and he is up 15 spots, Angel.
Yeah, he's up 15 spots. Our biggest mover of the race. We'll have to see. Oh, do we have a caution? Am I seeing this again?
I don't think Barney liked that start.
Let's go back and see. I don't really expect. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing what happened there, so. All right. Well, that'll be a good break for Tim Richardson, maybe, if he's gonna be allowed to piss. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take our first commercial break here of the evening, Alan. Let's let them figure out what all is going on, and we'll be right back. Hopefully, we get to figure out as well.
10-4.
All right, we are back here from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series, brought to you by James Wagner's Welding. Big shout out to them. Their third season here with the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series, their second as the title sponsor, and as well for AdminBoxx joining on with us. So I don't have we didn't figure out what all happened there, but these drivers are waiting to get lined up side by side. I know they're eager to do so to go ahead and complete the next two-thirds of this race.
The next 2/3, you're absolutely right. But we got Jeff Scott there in the lead right now. He's leading so far, and Chad Hawkins, he's going to be lining up on his outside when we go back to green.
Yeah, so we'll go over as well, just as, let's see, the pace truck. I'm sure the lights will go off in just a moment as we complete lap 27. There it is, and we are going to go back green flag racing. So while we do that, I'll go ahead and pull up briefly the points here for the series. Going into tonight's race, Daniel Love, as we mentioned, your current points leader. We'll jump over to him briefly as they're coming across. Get a little bit of a shout out. We know that he's always got someone rooting on for him as well in the chat. There you go. Now that finally works. He's in his number 71 usual Ford Performance F-150. He's coming into tonight. He does have a 21 point lead, and I believe we have our best friend Paul coming in here.
How you doing, Angel?
I was almost missing you, buddy.
No, you weren't. Yeah, you were.
Give us a rundown.
So, in the accident that caused the first caution, the EO was given to 29. He'd gotten a little loose and checked up and made some contact with the truck above him, and that caused that hole.
I appreciate it. What was the second caution for?
The second caution was... hold on, I'm listening to the radio at the same time. Something had happened within iRacing. It was showing half of the field one lap down. Yeah, and we had to get that fixed, not only for competition's sake, but in fairness to the other drivers. So I threw a second caution so that we could get people back on the lead lap where they belonged. And, hopefully kind of get the field locked where they were supposed to be. I did the best I could, and we're just trying to make it right by the drivers.
No, I think that's great, and I was just kind of guesstimating. I was like, wow, a lot of people are lapped down suddenly. Must be from the accident, has some extra damage repair, wanting to save the fast repairs. So thanks for making sense out of that, and Alan, that's why we love Paul coming in.
So. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to hop out of here.
Appreciate it, Paul. See you, buddy. Oh, my goodness. That's what's wonderful. Oh, we got contact between the leaders coming off of 2. That was Chad Hawkins and Jeff Scott. Yeah, they keep it together.
Here comes, looks like Jeffrey Ledford there in that 01 truck. He's pushing an 84 truck for all it's worth.
Oh, and they almost make a little bit of contact as they go through this tri-oval, which is so difficult at this track, and when they redid it, they shortened the width of the tri-oval there. So, now you're going through there even faster, and you've got less space.
Whoa, the car gets out of line. That 38 truck of Jeff Scott there, he had to go below the red and white line, but he did not gain a position, so he's good to go.
Yeah, it looks like they are just fine, but that outside lane, oh my goodness.
Oh, we got stuck in the wall.
Hard into the wall. That's the 79 of Matt Worrell. He's going to keep it up there. I think he blinked for a moment. Was that me? Did he blink for a moment and smack the wall?
I didn't see no blink, but I did see him smack the wall.
That's what I thought I saw. I was wondering maybe if he had, some type of mechanical issue, some type of, issue with a monitor or something, and that's what everything went haywire. So, feel there for Matt Worrell. It's going to put him second to last, as Mickey Davino had lost the draft before coming to the green, if I'm not mistaken. That does give Jeffrey Ledford back, that lead, and he's got some new competition up front with him. with Chad Hawkins and Jeff Scott, but Rick Baldwin, he's lurking right back up there on that outside. And Jimmy Rowdy, I'm sure he had to use his fast repair, so he's just riding it out in the back right now, saying, I'll play it safe here to the end.
Yeah, we're on lap 33 there. But here's that Chad Hawkins truck, that number 84 Ford F-150. Whoa! Whoa, we got a truck getting loose. 19 truck got into the wall.
That's a 19 truck of... Wow, that's... I don't really know what to think of that almost. So let's go back and quickly into... Get a quick look.
Yeah, Rick Baldwin, it looks like got loose. There he is. Gets up into the marbles, it looks like.
No, he had a little bit of help.
Oh, he had help.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the issue when you go when you're pushing through the tri-oval. That a situation like that can happen.
You're not wrong.
Oh, and we just jumped back in a massive wreck. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
We just jumping back over to it here on lap 35, and we have a massive wreck. I saw one truck shooting across the track. I think that was the 0-1 of Jeffrey Ledford there.
Angel, you're busy with the replay there. Here we go. So, yes. Jeffrey Ledford and
oh my goodness,
just they're side by side.
Chain reaction between them and Johnny Hurst as well. I think that's the 58.
Johnny Hurst got a lot of the piece of the action.
Oh, and I think Jimmy Rowdy got involved in that again. That just might end his night.
Not the pole sitter.
Well, that was a little bit of a chaotic last couple moments there. And you got one truck coming down, Andrew Smith, and everybody else going to stay out.
I would suspect that if you didn't use your fast repair, now you will.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of drivers. That's one thing I wish our live timing could show us is, when they did, or, it doesn't even have to be when, if they did use their fast repairs or not. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and bring in our current leader here, Jeff Scott. Get him in for an interview. Let's see if we can find him.
My name is Jeff.
Jeff, this is Angel and Alan here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us.
Yeah, how's it going, Angel?
Man, we're doing pretty good. You must be doing pretty good yourself right now, running up front. And you've been running up front here really for this last maybe 10, 15 laps.
Yeah, well, hey, to be honest with you, I'm just trying to keep my tires alive. Let the race go as it needs to go because, man, you never know when the wrecking's coming out here. So I'm just trying to stay alive at the moment before I go hard,
Well, funny that you mentioned there, talking about, tires. Give us a little more insight on the tire situation that you guys are dealing with.
Well, the tires seem to be scrubbing a little more on the bottom tonight. And, when I went in, my tires showed they were at 96 or 97, which are fine, but I could feel my rear end kind of sliding out a little bit when I was on the bottom. So I'm just kind of feathering as I need. But it's not too bad now that the overcast came and the track feels like it's cooling off now.
Yeah, now you got, you get to adjust for something entirely different with the weather changing. Alan here, you got anything for our leader before we let him go?
So, are you going to, ride in the front, or are you going to fall to the back a little bit, or what's the strategy?
Well, buddy, I don't know. I'm just going to put it on cruise control and see what happens first. And then
that's the answer I was looking for.
If needed at the end, I'll put a fight on. But right now, I think it's just going to be just survive a few laps before it's time to put the game face on,
For sure. Well, I love
drop
the pace.
Highland Hammer then. Oh, thank you. That's Super Troopers.
Go back to green, buddy.
All
Meow.
Right,
Meow, go back to green.
That's right.
All right, that was that 38 Jeff Scott, Merrill, Wisconsin's Jeff Scott. Going to be restarting here on the front row in the first position in front of last year's champion, Christopher Barker, which we have not. I think this might be the first time I have mentioned Barker's name all day. And, you know, in typical Barker fashion, he's just, you know, gonna be there where it matters, you know, towards the end of the race, which we're past the halfway mark, so we can say that.
Well, Chad Hawkins is working his way back out onto the racetrack right now after making hard contact with the wall. Anyways, Jeff Scott is leading the field down to the Geico restart zone, Angel, and we are back green flag racing with at lap 38 or 39 rather, and we are down and away.
Yep, that means 38 laps completed there. So we'll have 37 to go. Yeah, 37 to go. So Jeff Scott's going to be able to clear for first. The battle will be for second, maybe behind there. Looks like no. Barker's going to have himself a nice run still on the outside, and he's coming for the lead. He's got some nice drafting help from your points leader, Daniel Love.
Look at Daniel Love in that 71 truck. It looks like he's going to dive down to the inside. All right, that's 46. 71 trucks on the outside. Sorry, my bad.
Well, with all the weaving around and, you know, switching the lanes that they do, yeah, I can very easily miss which lane they are in now. But right now, Barker is just leading that inside train, and you're gonna have some strong drivers on the inside with you. Jeff Scott maybe looking to peek to the outside, but I think, you know, as he mentioned, he just want to get some fresh air to that right front and try to keep it cool and not build up that pressure. And just build up the heat where it really can make it difficult to drive.
Yeah, right now Christopher Barker is not getting out to a sizable lead, but he's got a rear view mirror full of Jeff Scott and that Super Troopers team there.
As they go right around, looks like the 79 of Matt Worrell on the inside off of the racing surface with his unfortunate evening tonight, but keeping it off and away, you know, keeping it safe for everyone else. We now have 34 laps to go. Barker's, you know, enjoying himself a nice lead. But Daniel Love, your points leader, he said, you know what, I went and won on a road course. Let's go win here at Atlanta as well. He's going to get a great run on the outside. I'm telling you, that outside's so powerful. He has drafting help from Ty Trafford. And look at this, Jimmy Rowdy with his 2 incidents today. He's made his way back up here as well.
Daniel Love, loving the outside. As he's got the outside line moving there in that 71 truck. He's going to get out to the lead.
Yeah, give that lead to Daniel Love that time around. You know, they're 170 miles an hour in the middle of the turns. I mean, so these trucks are just flying. Let's see what topping out here, 180 going into 3. So you're doing this at the same time, you know, managing your tires, trying to manage where you are on track, and as well the drivers around you. And let's not forget, we're gonna have a pit lane here in the near future. Our last pit stop was at lap 35, our last caution was lap 35, but not everybody came in to top off. So that'll be another interesting thing to see if we get a nice green flag run where the different strategies might be at that point.
They might make it though. Who knows?
Well, it's gonna be really hard, I think, to stretch. If you did come in this last time on lap 36, that's 40 laps. You know, that can be hard to stretch, but I think there's a chance that somebody could. However, anybody else who did not come in and top off does have to come in, and they would be good to make it from here. So at any point from now, we should be seeing some of these drivers come in and get their last pit stops.
I mean, I can see that. So we're about, what, 35 to go? 36?
Yeah, 30. Yep, 30 laps to go now. Yeah, so they are now pulling up on a lap truck as well. That looks to be the 84, I believe. Might be the 79 of Matt Worrell. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and pull off to the inside on the apron, completely away again, just to give these trucks room. Because going through here is kind of hard enough going, you know, side by side. And one truck, I think that's the 01, as a matter of fact. He's in the wall on the outside in 3 and 4. He's just going to keep it up there and, you know, not if you pull hard to the left trying to get it off, that's where you just shoot to the bottom and cause a big wreck. And I think for him, he's just better off keeping it up there and falling to the back.
Yeah, you just want to kind of like fall to the back. Jeffrey Ledford is on the tail end of the line there, but I think he's got enough truck left that he could probably get back up there to the front and race with these guys.
I mean, well, we've seen great speed out of him. You know, he started this race outside of the front row there in second. He's led plenty of laps. We saw him with that great save earlier in the race, and even then where, you know, putting it up in the wall a little bit and just keeping it there with minimal damage. And I don't think he lost the draft, right? No, he's still in the draft, so he's
still got the draft.
Over here making passes as well on Rick Baldwin. I think he might have a little damage, but
Whoa,
yeah, the 19. Wow. That's the damage you see on the 19 truck there. He's got some suspension issues. Let's jump on board with him real quick. Let's see how that's
the Weevil wobble there.
Yeah, this is not a happy truck right now with the suspension damage. It's even kind of turned, you know, angled to the right a little bit. Yeah, something about this truck definitely is not right for him, though.
Yeah, he's stalling that wheel on right now.
Jump on board here now with the 4 of Andrew Smith. Running that outside.
A Tazewell, Tennessee driver.
You hear him lifting in you know, on the straightaway in the tri-oval because you just want to stay off of the guy in front of you. As they are pulling up here on another lap truck. Let's see who that is. That might be Chad Hawkins. All right, we'll go ahead and jump back out. I've always said my cockpit view is my favorite view. You know, I love to be in there with the driver and see what they are seeing and get a feel as well as, you know, how that truck is handling for them. And, of course, you know, that steering wheel is a telltale sign. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
Oh, you're absolutely right. So we've got Chad Hawkins going to stay to the high side. Ooh, he gets hit. A little side draft action there by the second truck in the outside line there.
I think it might have just pulled him in. You know how the air works sometimes in these trucks. You know, it'll just pull you right up to him no matter what you're doing. Great job on everybody though, staying, you know, keeping their staying on their toes really and giving each other the room to get through that with, you know, no issues at all. And man, we're coming down less than 25 to go. We got 24 laps to go. Sorry. Yeah, so 24 laps to go, and some of these drivers are gonna have to hit pit lane here soon.
Unless we get a caution, we got Jeffrey Ledford making a bonsai move to the inside line.
Yeah, and I think that was the 84, who's a lap truck, who followed him right down there as well. And Matt Worrell has parked it for the evening. He retired the truck. He said, I can't even meet minimal speed. I don't think so. So he's going to pull off. That will lead still 14 trucks on the lead lap. And anyone's game, really, for the next 20-some-odd laps.
I will say this. Matt Worrell has won the race to the beer stand.
That much is true. There it is, and Daniel loved. Oh my goodness! Chad Hawkins, or I don't know. No, sorry, not Chad Hawkins. Ty Trafford came back across the track in front of Daniel Love. I don't know if Daniel came down. That was a massive incident there. Wow.
And this is your money stop.
Yes, it will be.
You come down pit road right now. If you don't, then you're crazy if you don't.
So it's going to be happening off of 4. Oh, so the 71's already up the track. The 82 Ty Trafford's trying to stay with him, but, you know, 71 seems to be just so loose or having to get up so much that 82 has nothing, you know, no other choice but to go low here. Move forward. 71, no, it doesn't tag the wall.
Looks like the 82 truck got into the 71 truck, so the 82 there's Ty Trafford, and he gets into Daniel Love, and chain reaction.
Yeah, there goes the 4 of Andrew Smith as well, involved in that one. I think that was the 00. No, that was the 01 of Jeffrey Ledford going down to the inside wall. Does he keep it off of the inside wall? Oh, that's
No.
gonna be some pretty heavy damage right there to that left front.
I mean, I don't know. He didn't square up on it, so
No, yeah,
it'd be all
that's
right.
hoping for him. So here it is, 21 laps to go, and these drivers making their way down pit lane. Let's try to find one more driver to bring in. 20 to go. We still got time. We can bring one more driver. And Duke, you are right here in our chat. Jimmy does not give up, and here he is in the second position. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring in our pole sitter here. See if I can find him. Jimmy, our pole sitter here tonight. This is Angel and Alan here in the broadcast booth. You got us, buddy.
Yes, I do. How you doing, Angel? How you doing, Alan?
We're doing great.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're gonna see an amazing show that that you guys are putting on for us, and of course for everybody watching. You know, and even Duke saying, you know, you just don't give up. We thought for sure you might be out of this one after that second incident, but here you are, you know, running in second place, and you looking like you guys are probably gonna be able to make it to the end on fuel as well.
Yes, yeah, that first incident I caused, I felt so bad because I was doing what I would do if it was like 10 to go when it was only, I think, lap 18 or lap 28. So I just want to, you know, apologize to all the other drivers for that. I was uncalled for and I shouldn't have done it. But yeah, it's that second incident. I seen him spinning in front of me, and my good friend and teammate Timmy was behind me and said, "Oh, they're spinning," and I checked up, and he gave me a good shot, and I was just barely able to avoid Ledford and avoid blowing my engine.
Well, and that could be the break in, you know, just that luck that we need to get through. So you started on pole. You told me you don't like this type of racing, but here you are on the outside of this front row. So good luck, Jimmy. You know, you got your friends and family watching, rooting you on, and hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of this race.
All right, Angel, I appreciate it, and I hope to be talking to y'all here shortly.
Absolutely. Good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you, Angel.
I do love the personalities that we get here in the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series. Everybody's always, you know, so eager and so much fun to get a chance to talk to you. And, you know, of course, we've got plenty of people in our YouTube chat that love to chat with us and let us know who they're rooting on. So, of course, as always, thank you. And as well, make sure you like, share, subscribe, get all those bell notifications running for the Sim Racing Media Network. Alan himself will be pulling double duty tonight. We'll go over that in just a few, but iRacing.com pace truck getting ready to pull down pit lane here. Alan, we're gonna have 18 to go once we go green.
Yeah, 18 to go. Jimmy Hurst is on the point, up 10 spots as he brings the field down to the Geico restart zone. And he is down and away. Whoa, he gets a little squirrely there coming on the loud pedal.
Yeah, you know, he's on a little bit of older tires than some of these drivers. Oh, a little bit too early. Sorry about that. And that maybe he just wasn't prepared for it to be as loose. And oh, big issue there for the one of Mickey Davino. Did he just blow his engine, I think?
I don't know. We have to
He's really
go
slow
back
going
there.
down the backstretch, yeah.
So look, Jeff Scott is doing his strategy, but with about 10 to go, he's probably gonna go.
So yeah, here he is, you know, just kind of, you know, sitting there, minding his P's and Q's. Meanwhile, those front two, Jimmy Rowdy and Johnny Hurst, man, they're just gonna keep dooring each other there through the middle of the turns, trying to side draft and keep each other as close as possible. And with 17 to go, they are driving like it for sure.
Yeah, Johnny Hurst is out there in the front, and these guys are on new tires. Johnny Hurst isn't, though. He's still on a little bit older tires.
Yeah, same with Jimmy Rowdy, but here comes Christopher Barker. He was going to use a great run off of 4, jump to the right in front of that 29, and then to the outside of Johnny Hurst. And he's going to look for the lead once again as we're coming down to the end of this race with Jeff Scott there now. He's on the inside of that row, inside of row 2, looking to see where he's going to have to make a hole as well. That inside is harder to get out of there, but, I mean, Barker just proved you can definitely do it.
Yeah, you definitely can do it. So, look, here goes Rowdy, bringing Rowdy Nation with him.
Yeah, he's going to see, can he get anybody up there? You got Matthew Gall on the outside with him. Oh, you're going to have a couple drivers looking to go to the bottom. That may have been the 00 Steven Shu. So that outside has now just disappeared over the matter of 1 or 2 laps. And then what looked like it was going to disappear. But these guys are still fighting strong. And you have one there. I think that might be Jeff Scott going to the outside. Oh, they're checking up and they're wrecking going into 1.
Oh, no. Oh, tough break.
All right, let's go ahead and double check what all happened there first. Oh, Andrew Smith involved again.
I mean, Angel, they were wrecked about 3 other times before this, I'm sure.
Yeah, these trucks are tanks, so we're gonna see exactly what all happened in, right behind. Oh, the 78 just kind of has to move up the track a little bit there. Gets loose through the tri-oval, and, you know, everybody's right on top of each other, so nowhere for everyone to go, and that takes him out. The 4 of Andrew Smith. Steven Shu was involved. A lot of heavy damage for a lot of these drivers here.
Well, that's going to take us to 13 laps to go. So if you didn't come down that last caution, well, guess there's good news for you. You got this time.
Yeah, you can come in, come get 4 fresh fuel goods, top it off with fuel, and try to figure it out from there. I would definitely want those fuel goods, especially with, you know, the way Jeff Scott was mentioning how, you know, it didn't feel like percentage-wise it was, you know, the tires were bad, but, you know, you still build that heat in them, and it can get slick with a slick racetrack. You know, we'll go ahead and bring up the weather quickly. If I can find it, there we go. So the ambient temp being at 79 degrees, so the track temp at 87, so that can be pretty warm as well, even with the overcast.
Well, and not only that, but you got 40% relative humidity, and you got a wind at 9 miles an hour, which I believe is coming out of the northwest.
So yeah, depending on how of course, you know, where the track is positioned at, that can be getting you off of a turn, or even maybe through the tri-oval. Maybe that's part of the issue.
Yeah, so I think there's a headwind coming down the back straightaway, if I'm not mistaken. I would say this though, Angel. I love the new weather. You know, because now weather actually affects the racing.
Yes, I'm excited. I'll be doing the 12 hours of Sebring with a couple of buddies this Friday evening, and well, we know rain's gonna be there, so we're excited for it.
Yeah, I think I'm doing a Saturday one with our good buddy Sam, who I got to meet up with in Nashville. That was fun. Well,
our fans here are aware of Sam. Sam is our other our usual commentator here on Wednesday nights. So that's pretty awesome for the two of you guys. And yeah, good luck in that in that one.
Yep, and then and at the end of July and the first weekend of August, I'm gonna meet Liam.
Oh, that is awesome. I joked if because you know, of course, him being up there in Minnesota, I said if the Colts, you know, because the Colts, my favorite team, are supposed to be playing the Minnesota Vikings, I said, well, if the timing is right, I would like to go up for the game. So well, maybe I got a chance to as well.
There you go. But nonetheless, Christopher Barker is our leader now.
Yep. Yeah. We'll have 10 laps to go once we go green flag racing once again. So we have 11 trucks on the lead lap. So that's 11 different opportunities, or 11 different drivers right now hungry for a win here in the closing laps of the round number 8 for our third season here for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series.
I'm excited. This is a 10-lap shootout, man. This is the Angel. This is what we live for, right? A short tracker, guys. These 10-lap shootouts to the finish.
And you know what? And that's probably one of my biggest struggles and what I need to work on, because I'm great on the long runs, but just the quick, immediate, these 10-lap, sprints is where, I personally need to work on. But these drivers right now, they'll be putting it to the test. As you mentioned, Christopher Barker going to get through the Geico restart zone. Barney, the flag man, here with the flag. He drops it. We're green flag racing, 10 laps to go for the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And this front pack is going to spread out quite a bit on that restart.
Oh, yeah. Weird. Look, you got Johnny Hurst in second. Rowdy is in third. Jeff Scott buying his time, 10 laps to go. He's got to get aggressive. He's got to go.
And right there to the outside, there goes Johnny Hurst with help from Jimmy Rowdy. Chris Barker's going to get left alone on the inside. He is looking for his Foothills Motorsports teammates in the 0-1 of Ledford and the 0-0 of Steven Shue. So they're there on the inside. They got Daniel Love sandwiched between them. But the 29 and the 58, they're going to go ahead and clear for that inside lane, leaving only 2 trucks on the outside, with Jeff Scott being one of them.
Jeff Scott losing wholesale positions there as he's fallen all the way back to 5th. He's got help, but not enough.
Yeah, he's not got the help you need out there. You're going to have 3-4 trucks. A little bit of side drafting still from the 0-1, I believe, of Ledford. That's going to hurt him even more. But you know what? They're hanging on tough out there. And you get that one truck, to pull out. And I can say maybe like the 71 of Daniel Love. I can see him pulling up there, and going for a win in the closing laps. But you can't wait too long either. It's not one of those where you could just wait until the last lap. You got to build that run a few laps in advance.
Yeah, I mean, we're not drinking Maxwell House. It's not good for the last drop. So you got to kind of go. It's Daniel Love. He did exactly what you just said. He pulled out, and so did Christopher Barker. Wow, I cannot talk.
No. With 7 laps to go, and that's going to put Barker there on the outside of on the front of the outside row. And then his teammates in Ledford and Steven Shue, those bright green, bluish, all those different colors there. You can tell which trucks those Toyotas are. All teammates, and they're going to try to find a way to really work together. And as you mentioned earlier, before this race started, that's going to be, the name of the game tonight, getting some help. Because you're going to need it up until the last lap. And with 6 to go, these drivers are right on top of each other.
Yeah, inside, outside. Daniel Love trying to push the issue there. We got a truck around.
Oh, it is Daniel Love. Heavy contact for him, too.
Daniel Love backed into the wall, and we are caution. You know what that's going to set up for, though?
It's going to set up a green-white checker here.
White checker.
All right, so we've got the 38 of Jeff Scott behind him. The 71's going to have to let up. He gets to the awkward position there on the 46 truck, and let's try to see if we get a little bit. Yeah, so the 71 is just going to really, really let up here, and that is where we're going to get the contact with the 71 and the 38. And he comes up the track again with a little bit more contact. And Jeff Scott going to get involved in it. He's going to spin around, some damage to the left rear, but it looks like it's overall okay.
Still got the fast repair, though.
Got the fast repair, but man, unfortunate for Daniel Love. Hopefully he didn't use his fast repair already. You're a points leader coming into tonight's race. That's not how you want to lose, a points lead that you have built, of 21 points going into tonight.
No, you don't. I mean, and these guys spend all year getting points, leading laps. They work so hard, and to see it gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I mean, those drivers in second and third, Steven Shue and Jimmy Rowdy, they were 21 and 23 points respectively behind. So they're, chomping at the bits right now, as you can clearly see. Both of them running in the top 4 to try to gain as much of those points back as possible.
Yeah. But, hey, look, Jeffrey Ledford's up there. Steven Shue is up there. Rowdy is up there. Jimmy Highland Rowdy is up there. And Johnny Hurst is leading this piece.
Okay, that's that. Let's remove that. There you go. Oh, you know what it was? I was just typing back in the YouTube chat, and I might have hit a button that turned it off.
It's okay.
Sorry, everybody. We want to respond back on the YouTube at least a little bit there. So, question is race control going to come in? Although we saw pretty clearly what all happened. So I think we'll be all right. Paul won't probably be jumping in. Let's see. Lights are off. Here it is. 3 to go. Exactly what you said. 2 laps to go, and it will be a natural green-white checkered.
Yeah. So we're gonna race. We're gonna take the green flag, race around with 2 to go. If we make it back to the white flag, whatever happens after that is what happens after that. If we don't make it back to the white flag, they throw a caution. Guess what? We're gonna re-wreck it and race second.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yes, that's what what excites us about this is having these green white checkered opportunities. This league they do get 2, so we'll get technically 3 tonight if we really need, but rare is it that we need them, so we'll have to see here for Atlanta. We have 11 trucks on the lead lap, but I really think there's maybe only 7 to 8, maybe 7, maybe 9 that are that have competitive speed at this point, regarding the damage. But Alan, let's take this away. See if this is our final restart.
All right. Well, you got Johnny Hurst there on the inside. Jimmy Pyland Rowdy Nation on the outside. We come through turn number 4, number 58. Big Ass Fans sponsored Chevrolet down through turn number 4 into the Geico restart zone. Johnny Hurst on the button, and we are down and away. 2 laps to go, and we are green flag racing for the green-white checker.
In response to Duke, yes, I'm very excited for that. But aside from that, going back in with 2 to go, and Johnny Hurst and Jimmy Rowdy get a great restart, and I'd say maybe almost too good of a restart because you do let some of these Foothills Motorsport guys get lined up. When I say some, I mean all 3 of them are lined up on the outside now, with Jeffrey Ledford leading that train. Johnny Hurst, you're going to have to get in front of him if you're going to stop this Foothills train.
Johnny Hurst on the inside. We are coming back to white flag. Here comes Jeffrey Ledford trying to make a move. We're going 3 wide.
Yeah, Jimmy Rowdy going to send it 3 wide on the inside, and that's actually going to really hurt that outside more than I would have anticipated. Chris Barker was not able to get much in line, and here comes James Wagner. Jimmy Rowdy puts a block on 1. He can't put a block on all of them. Here comes Johnny Hurst to the middle.
Wide.
The outside lane's going to break up. The Foothills teammates are going to lose it a little bit. Are we going to have another 3 wide finish? No, they're wrecking behind them. Jimmy Rowdy, he's going to win back-to-back races at Atlanta from the pole this time.
Wow.
They wreck behind him, and a very, very damaged truck of Matthew Gall. He's going to come out second after they wreck. And Tim Richardson, he's going to flow through there in third. Unbelievable.
Wow. That's, I watched these races way back in the day, and this is the kind of finishes that you expect out of this league.
Oh man, let's see if we can go back and check this out now. This is Matthew Gall. Let's look at his view of this as he goes he's in 10th in this position right here, if I'm not mistaken. The seas parted for him perfectly.
Oh man!
For a second place finish, I'm glad we got to see that.
I'm more impressed with Tim Richardson there in the number 2 truck. He wheeled that Macho Man. The Macho Man.
Yes, the Macho Man truck he did mention before we got started. Let's go ahead and bring in our race winner. Oh, this is too funny. Jimmy, this is Angel and Alan in the booth. You got us.
Oh my God, Angel, I do. Thank God it's over.
Oh my goodness. What a finish. I mean, walk us through it. I don't know. That was amazing.
I will have to say this. I think that is by far my most favorite way to finish a race in leagues and officials, anything. Because I think what was we 3 wide, 4 wide, coming into 4.
It was almost 4 wide, yes. Alan immediately pointed it out. I was like, they're going to be 4 wide.
Yeah, when Johnny came up, I think it was here in the Trioval, I was like, I gotta split them. I gotta split them if I want to win. I got to. And that's what I did, and he led off and put him in between Doug and someone else. And thankfully, Doug hit me, and it didn't get me loose, and it kind of propelled me forward, and then I don't know what happened in 4, and chaos just ensued.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, those Foothill Motorsports teammates were lined up on the outside, and I thought there was no chance that anybody was going to stop that. But when you took it 3 wide, it actually just completely destroyed their momentum, and the recovery of that between everybody else is what kind of caused the incident afterwards. So, really going 3 wide is what saved you, and it kept them from winning the race. So, that was amazing. And how funny, and I did mention it, that you said you hate this track. you hate these races.
You did.
You got the pole. You won last time. You won this time. Are you gonna at least change your mind a little bit on these, or do you're still just not wanting to come back?
I think I'm starting to change my mind a little bit. I think the icing on the cake would be if I won at Daytona. Since growing up in the Daytona area,
That's true.
It would be, even though it's not like racing there in person, but it would still be amazing either way.
Well, hopefully next time we are here in the Ruff-Neck Racing Truck Series at Daytona, we get to celebrate you in Victor Lane. But we get to celebrate you tonight here in Victor Lane for another win, and a way to really chop into that points lead with Daniel Love finishing back in 13th. So who all you got to thank before we let you go and celebrate?
I want to thank Kick-Ass Duke for making every race coming out, commenting on the videos or the live streams, rooting me on. Dylan, I didn't get the link out to him, but man, I appreciate you coming to every race you can. I want to give a big shout out to my brother and my family, and I want to give the biggest shout out to my late mom, who passed a couple years ago. Her and my stepdad got me into racing and racing on video games. If anyone remembers, it was called Rat Bag Games, I think, that made Sprint Cars 1 and 2. Sounds like Alan knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I grew up playing on those. Didn't really take them too seriously, but it got me into racing along with my stepdad and mom. Unfortunately, both of them passed a couple years ago, but I want to give them the biggest shout out for getting me into racing.
That would be the ultimate shout out. Absolutely, Jimmy. And yes, your fans with Duke always rooting you on in the YouTube chat. So thank you for once again for putting on an exciting show. And go ahead and celebrate, man. Enjoy this victory. We'll see you next week.
All right, see you next week, Angel. Thank you again, Angel, and thank you, Alan, for putting on such an amazing show week in and week out.
I said it. You guys put on the show today. Thank you. Oh, man. That was fantastic there. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in our second place finisher, Matthew Gall. Matthew, this is Angel and Alan here in the broadcast booth. You got us.
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys?
I'm going to let Alan take this one away, but before I do, Matt, what a way to finish that race for you. We went back and we went on board to see you go from, what was that, 10th place to go to second in
Yeah.
We went on board for that. That was amazing. Walk us through that, and I'll let Alan take it away from there.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay, so coming off that restart, I got into the wall prior to that, and so I was kind of stuck behind there. The 84 was in front of me because I just got the lucky dog, so I was a little bit behind, but I kind of was getting that slingshot. When I got to about 1 to go, I thought, you know what, I'm going to catch these guys. When I did catch them, the only way I could improve positions was to go up the middle, which is not what I wanted to do. But that's where it was, and I mean I gotta watch the replay. I have no idea how I made it through there. I just held the wheel and, and let her fly.
Matt, were you singing Carrie Underwood's "Jesus Take the Wheel"? Whenever
well,
that,
might as well have been, right? I mean, it was pretty much the same. There's nothing I could have done at that point, right? It was just bumper cars.
man. So take us through the middle part of the race. You get caught up in a couple incidents. Were you just trying to survive after that point?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the first couple of ones, I didn't get too much damage, so I was clean. And I was just riding. After the first caution, I think it was, I ended up being P4, and I was telling the guys on the team, I don't want to be here. This is not the time to be up here. And I kind of shuffled back because I didn't want to get into it, and it played out. I kind of did the old NASCAR. I'm going to hang back and see what happens, and then I'm going to go forward at the end, and somehow, some way that played out and worked. It's a 50-50. These things are always a coin flip, so this one just worked out for me. I'll take these points and see if that can get me maybe into the top 3 in points.
And who would you like to thank that helped get you here tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Wagner's Welding and AdminBoxx for sponsoring this thing, and then Ruff-Neck Racing for putting it on, all the admins that do this. This is a really fun league with a good bunch of guys. And then Social Outcast Racing, we work together as a team like nobody else. We're really good together, and we're going to take this championship this year, and I appreciate these guys. And I don't care which one of us it is, but we got to get it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the P2 finish, and we'll let you celebrate with the rest of your team.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right, that was Matthew there. We're going to go ahead and find Tim. Tim's in the middle of race control, but we're going to bring Tim in anyways because a top 3 finish, we absolutely have to get Tim here on the line.
Hold on, Angel. He drove the Slim Jim truck with Macho Man on it. He's got to give us an oh yeah, Macho Man style.
Tim, you got us?
Yo, you got me?
There we go. Now we got you.
Oh yeah, free Slim Jims for everyone for that podium finish tonight.
Oh my goodness, Tim! Walk us through it. You pulled the same thing as Matthew Gall, just found a way right there through at the end, and you're gonna come home with a podium. Walk us through it, man. How was it for our biggest mover of the race?
Oh, I knew it was gonna get wild right there at the end, so it was just hug that inside line and pray to God I make it to the finish. I don't know who that was. I was pushing somebody. Somebody was across my nose, down pretty much the whole back stretch coming to the checkered. I don't know who that was, but. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how there was plenty of crashes tonight that I should have been caught up in and just barely squeak out of it. So it's not a normal Hollywood night, I should say. I had luck on my side, and I don't know if it's because I switched over to a Ford tonight out of the Chevy or what, but here we are, podium finish at Atlanta.
I did joke about it. I said, well, Tim's in a Ford this week, so he's gonna have that power under the hood. He's gonna make it work, and you finishing third makes it feel that much better. You were behind the 30 of James Wagner when everything kind of happened right there, which just allowed you to squeeze by for that third place finish, which we just went back and got everybody a second chance to see just an exterior view of what you saw. So Tim, a nice day, good points day as well. That always helps, makes you feel good. But we didn't get a chance to really ask the other drivers, for at least next week, as we head to Charlotte. I know it's the All-Star race, but what are you looking forward to regarding Charlotte and that All-Star race?
I don't know. I've got to make sure that I even qualify to make the field for that race. So I might be sitting in the booth with you watching it and calling the race with you. I don't know.
Well, I was going to say,
it'll be just we've had Charlotte on the schedule. I think season 1 and season 2, and those races have been pretty fun and competitive. So I don't think the guys are definitely not going to slouch or hold back. I mean, there's no points on the line or anything, but bragging rights are on the line. And there's a lot of talent in this league, and I think it'll be an interesting race for sure next Wednesday.
Yeah, Alan definitely hit that on the nose there, saying, talking about the talent here in this league. Tim, we're extending this a little bit. We'll give you an opportunity as an admin. You thanked everybody in Discord today, but go ahead and thank everybody, even, watching and everyone supporting you guys, because these 3 seasons have been a lot of fun to broadcast here on the Sim Racing Media Network.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, this wouldn't be made possible without our primary sponsor, our only sponsor, in my opinion, James Wagoner Welding. Uncle Jamie's been behind us since the day I asked him. So big shout out to them. If you need a truck bed build or any framework done, hit him up. He'll take care of you. Thank you to my fellow admins, my teammates. We couldn't do this without the drivers. So also a big shout out to every driver in this league. They're what make the league. I just have the pleasure of watching over everything, but the drivers make the league, and we've got a bunch of good drivers in this league. So looking forward to the future and see what Ruff-Neck Racing can do.
Well, as a league owner myself, I've always said it the same exact way. The drivers do truly make the league, and hey, you guys make it a fun show for us. So we appreciate it, Tim. Congratulations! So happy for you there on your top 3 finish. Go ahead and build on that, and in case you're not racing there for the All-Star race, let's build some good momentum for Kansas the week after.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, guys. Hope y'all had fun calling the race, and we'll see you next week for some All-Star racing.
Sounds good. Yes, we do. Appreciate it, Tim. Always nice to be able to see, an admin, of course, like Tim, who, puts in so much work along with the rest of them, and, getting to see them finish well. It is good for them because it's rejuvenating as an admin as well.
You're right. It is.
Right. So we'll go ahead and bring up our results here for this evening, and what was an exciting finish. And yes, like our YouTube chat put it, it was a Hollywood-style finish with the fireworks in the back and everywhere. Jimmy Rowdy, another victory here at Atlanta. Gonna go ahead and do it from the pole. Matthew Gall up 11 spots from his original starting position, but still wasn't the biggest mover. We mentioned it. That was Tim Richardson there, who had started dead last in 16th, would come home in 3rd. Chris Barker in 4th. Andrew Smith in 5th. Stephen Shue in 6th, along with his Foothills teammate in 7th with Jeffrey Ledford. Johnny Hurst in 8th. Rick Baldwin would finish 9th. And then James Wagner going to round out your top 10. Jeff Scott in 11th. Chad Hawkins in 12th. Daniel Love is 13th. Mickey Davino would finish 14th. Ty Trafford in 15th. Matt Worrell there in 16th. Alan, you got any closing thoughts here before we let everybody go?
Well, I'm getting ready to head to my second leg here.
That's right. Yes, go ahead and give everybody a quick shout out where you're heading off to with John.
Well, if you liked all the action here with the Moonshiner, or not the Moonshiners, but with the Ruff-Neck Racing League, go check out Moonshiners. They're racing right now. They are about 41 laps into the piece of 300 laps. So I'm headed over there now, and hopefully we'll see you over there. But give John Leach some love. He's got a prospective team member with him also, so I'm going to jump in there, and they're at Bristol. So if you like Bristol, yeah, go check it out.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like some exciting racing there for the Moonshiners Racing League, as Alan mentioned. Thank you again, everybody, for coming out tonight. We are excited to bring to you the All-Star race next week from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Same time as always, same group of drivers. We might have a little bit less depending on who's available or who's eligible or not. But, of course, some exciting action as we always do see here. Myself, Angel Santiago, and my broadcasting partner tonight, Alan Bergen? There you go.
There you go.
I don't know why. It's just like, it's one of those things, like I say it wrong once and I'm just so scared of saying it wrong every single time that I keep messing it up. So thank you, everybody, for joining us, and thank you, Alan, of course, for stepping in. We'll see everyone next week. Have a great evening, everyone.
Yep, you too.